Hello there. Thank you for tuning in. Before we can get into the nub of it, let's get the sales stuff out of the way. Please like, subscribe and share. You will really be helping me. Also, don't forget, check out my website and blog posts, my books for sale on Amazon, and my very, very reasonably priced audio video course, Develop Your Intuitive and Psychic Ability, made up of 9 modules that can be revisited again and again. So now that's all being said, let's get to it. Feeling not good enough or that others are doing better is common to we human souls. Undervaluing ourselves and the way in which we live is also common, and it is incredibly sad and destructive. However, let's start with the word successful. I have been asked many times, if I do this or that, will I be successful? Will I be successful in my job, in my relationship? The problem with this is that successful often remains a vague notion of something undefined. So, the question we have to ask ourselves is, what exactly do we personally mean by successful? What needs to be in place in order for us to be able to pinpoint it and say, hey, I'm successful now? What are the specifics? To many people, especially the young, the definition of successful seems to be something awe-inspiring, often involving lots of money and stuff and or fame. And there are huge numbers of individuals out there trying to sell the most desired commodity in the world, hope. If I can live this amazing life, so can you, kind of sales story. Whether it is the law of attraction or assumption, self-publishing books, making YouTube videos, selling courses, setting up an online store, the get rich quickly and easily message is one that millions of people are drawn to. And social media sells dreams, the dream relationship, family and lifestyle. Find any YouTube video that is promising success and wealth in any way and check out the comments underneath. They are usually responses such as, "Thank you so much, you're wonderful, you've given me so much hope, I can't wait to get started." Not so much from those same people a few months down the line when they are disheartened and once again desperately seeking videos that are selling, wait for it, hope. If you want to feel more successful in your own life and therefore valuing yourself more, remember this: the constant search for big success and wealth is a pathway that only the following kinds of people continually venture down. Those who are stupid, those who are lazy, those who are unimaginative, those who are naive, those who are desperate, and those who are greedy for success that is unwarranted. The fact is, a successful life takes a lifetime to create. And success, and this is very important to remember, success is made up of lots of little successes all rolled into one. There are people who have more money than they ever need and who receive lots of attention. To some, that equals unquestionable success. However, they might be poor partners or untrustworthy. They might treat people badly or even abuse themselves. Not that I am saying that everyone with money and fame is a bad person, of course not. Just that alone doesn't make them successful human beings. However, you might want the money, fame kind of success without being a successful human being, because you don't value that quality. And it does come down to what we value. The feeling of success surely has to align with what we personally place value on. Otherwise, it is just an empty experience. So, right now, have a good long think. Where are you already successful in your life? Bearing in mind that overall success is made up of lots of little successes. There has to be something that you can identify as being a personal success to you. And it only has to be a small thing to start with. Now, this is a subject I could talk about for hours, but we don't have the time here. So this video is only to get you really thinking about your beliefs about success and starting to increase your personal sense of success. And this is where I talk about myself. I'm going to use myself as an example. Do I consider myself to be successful? Well, yes, I do believe that I have achieved some successes. I have improved as a human being and become wiser. That's a success. And I only know that because I've messed up and failed so many times in the past. I am unquestioningly and genuinely there for my loved ones. I consider that to be a success. And I recognise it because I feel like I've let people down in the past. I apply myself wholeheartedly to the work that I do, always giving my honest best. And I've had to work hard to improve my knowledge, capacity for insight, and my delivery over a period of years. I have learned to mostly respond to life rather than react. And I recognise that because I have been a major reactor in my time. I have improved my relationship with money, and that was no mean task. And so I consider that a success. I don't give up easily, even continuing with kickboxing and fitness while suffering a severely arthritic hip and knee, even losing 3 stone in weight to help myself. And I consider achieving my black belt 8 months after a much needed hip replacement operation a success. For every customer who tells me that they enjoyed or learned something from one of my consultations, books or videos, I count it as a success. As you can plainly see, you can start to feel more successful in your life right now and build upon it. What you can't afford to do is allow other, even well-meaning people rain on your parade, belittle your achievement or not even recognise it. You have to do that for yourself. They look at the world through their lens. You have to look through your own. And this will include people you love. Also, don't, and this is a hard one, but you can master it, compare yourself to others. Mind your own business. I have definitely done this in my life as an intuitive consultant, as a writer, as a kickboxer, as a woman. So that's how I know it's so hard to overcome, but it is worth working on. I have learned to only compare myself with the me of yesterday. Have I improved even in a small way? Am I better than I was previously? I found that when I started to become more present and focus on my own space, I got better. I could monitor the growth. There will always be better looking women in the world, more popular sidekicks, more respected writers, and better kickboxers than myself. More in demand YouTubers. And I have been happy to learn from these people, as I've also been happy to learn from those I really don't want to aspire to. If you are going to feel more generally successful as a human being, you cannot live on autopilot, just going from A to B in a foggy daydream. You are going to need to pay attention to your life. And you can't think and behave like a victim. Or, at least, if you are going to, then be the best victim that you can be, becoming better at it day by day. But I wouldn't seriously advise it. And you will have to learn how to take compliments gracefully and gratefully. If you want to be a successful human being, then start to think like one. Life has to have balance. If you're willing to criticize yourself, then also be willing to praise yourself. One-way traffic is no good. If you know you could do better, then do better. Set your goals so you are clear about your intentions. Otherwise, you are going to be wandering blindly. You might say, right, I'm going to improve my temper. I'm going to work on not reacting for X amount of time. And then you can monitor your own success. You might say, I'm going to look for a new job that will be a step in the right direction for myself. Or, I'm going to master my finances and waste less money. You might say, I intend to have something to be proud about in myself every single day. And then you can place your awareness on that decision. Or you might decide to improve your knowledge on a particular subject, to reach a certain level of fitness, to wean yourself off junk food, to save some money. All of these and more are measurable, and one success will lead to another. Accepting failure is also another success. Failure has to be experienced so that we can reassess and make adjustment. There can be no success without some degree of failure, and we are all going to mess up. The successful way to handle failure is to lick our wounds, work out what we have learned as a result, and move forward again. I would actually advise anyone who is particularly struggling to identify success in their lives to keep a success journal, even if it starts with not reacting to someone who has bugged us, being drawn into an unnecessary argument. That's a pretty big success. I'm going to wind this up by adding that genuine gratitude is a key component in the feeling of personal success. Gratitude for all of the love we've ever been shown by anyone throughout our life. Gratitude for all the money that has passed through our hands throughout the years. Gratitude for the opportunity to be successful in some way. And one last thing, holding our past over our own heads is very easy to do, but is self-abuse. There are many things I regret about my past self, my lack of wisdom and foresight, and the way in which I've handled things in particular. However, I suddenly realized one day when in meditation that there are parts of my personality that have died, that no longer even exist. The me that behaved in such and such way at one time has gone for good. The current me doesn't even have the capacity to repeat that now. I wouldn't be in those situations again because I'm not the person I was, and neither are you. That has to be seen as successful progression along the pathway of life. Oh, and here's another one last thing. Acknowledge other people's successes because they often cannot see them for themselves. Feel proud of them on their behalf, and you'll be thinking and behaving like a wonderfully successful human being. Not only that, but you'll start to energetically attract the same from others. Bye for now.